we can control. The exchange and SCCP has worked hard, and the team has worked hard to arrive at this stage where the application, submission and listing takes a maximum of 2 months. So I will just explain to you the whole listing process, the approval process, prospectus and EIPO very briefly. So can you just go to the first slide? Yeah, so this is just a basic IPO process, that how a company realized that they want to expand, they want to grow, so they have different options. Eventually it's either equity or debt, and within equity, as you know, that either you can go for your own retained earnings, or you go for a private or public fundraising. So in public fundraising, once you decide, the best thing is to appoint a consultant. So my advice for the issuer here would be, don't get scared of appointing a consultant, because there are companies which for years and years they think and they don't appoint a consultant. So appointing a consultant is no big cost, because the major cost the issuer has to bear is at the success. So if you are successful in getting money from the IPO, then your major cost would be incurred. So once you appoint a consultant, as shown in my presentation, that the consultant first do a due diligence regarding the valuation, regarding the financial model, regarding the preparation of documents, whether the company is public or private, whether it has demat shares or not. The third step is for the company is to apply to the stock exchange, and as I mentioned, that the exchange and the SCCP within 14 working days has to give their approval. After the approval, the consultant along with the issuer do marketing for the IPO, which takes a couple of weeks. Then the book building starts, and after the book building, it's a retail portion which we call retail IPO is conducted, and after that the stock gets listed. So all this process, thanks to SEC and stock exchange and the support by the finance ministry, will be done from now onwards within 2 months. Next slide. Okay, so these, the PSX listing team and Sajjad from SCCP, they are here. So if you want any help, we are available for that. So this is the basic process and documents that needs to be submitted, which it's not painful, but at times it takes some effort to make it. But most of the organized sector do have these documents which can be easily submitted to the exchange. Next slide. Okay, so once these documents are approved, now the process is that after 14 days, the application would be approved by the regulator, and the regulator will give comments, if any, and the consultant to the issue will overcome that comments and will give a due diligence certificates. After that, the IPO will start. Okay, so typically there are few things that as an issuer you need to keep in mind, that normally when a company comes for listing, they had huge reserves, huge retained earning and less capital. So one of the things that we suggest is to issue bonus shares, which comes under corporate action. That takes some time. The second is there's a process for converting a company from private to public. That takes some time. And the third biggest thing is to convert the shares of the company from physical to demat. Along with this, there are certain corporate governance requirements, like increasing the member on the board, which is 7, and formation of new committees like HR committee and audit committee. So these all work doesn't take much of a time, but this is part of the preparation that consultant provides to the new issuers. So next, please. Okay, so this I have already explained it to you, how the listing process according to the new regulation will work. And now the onus is more on the consultant to get all the documents done and provide the due diligence certificates, so that the public is aware of the facts and figures. And if there is any discrepancies, the public should be aware that certain documents are available or not available. Next, please. Okay, so before coming to this, I'll give my experience because Topline in the last 4 or 5 years has been very active player in the IPO market. 1 out of 3 IPOs has been conducted, managed, or advised by Topline. So this is an area I think which needs attention. That if you can look that out of the total applications in 2020. Almost 60% of the applications were through the e-IPO. And last year, there was only one IPO, unfortunately, but we have the honor to conduct that IPO, which was Securities IPO. So in that case, 95% of the applications were through an e-IPO. So this is an area which is improving. Both CDC and PSX has been providing a platform for an e-IPO along with certain banks. So I personally believe that if the valuation improves, if the macroeconomic environment will improve, this e-IPO has the potential to not only improve the price discovery of the issuer, but will also help in enhancing the investor base, which is very low in Pakistan. So these were the few technical things regarding the listing process, regarding the approval of prospectus, and regarding e-IPO. So the stock exchange and SCCP team is available here. The Topline investment banking team is available here. So if you need any information, so we are here. So thank you very much, and thank you for your patience.